Alright, first and foremost, we're going to say all praises be to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Ruach double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, and shalom to the sincere elect, teaching his truth and faith and sincerity through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, man. And obviously this past week, man, the tensions between Russia and America have started to intensify, man, right? And we obviously do know, according to the scriptures, that America is Babylon the Great, and its end goal, right, its end fate in the scriptures is that it shall be burned completely, man, right? And World War III is actually prophesied of in these scriptures, man. So without further ado, brothers, get Isaiah 9 and 5, the world 2, and let's flow with it.
This is Isaiah chapter 9 verse 5. For every battle of the warrior is with confused noise, and garments rolled in blood.
So even that alone, when you watch films like Troy 300, the things as such, you had, guys might come at, together, man, at like a field or something, right, and swing swords, shields, and bucklers, and spears, and so on and so forth, right? But, carry on.
It says, but this shall be with burning and fuel of fire.
So, the actual scripture is saying, this war that will take place will be with burning and fuel of fire. Now, there hasn't ever been a time upon this earth where a combination of troops from different countries, right, have fought each other across the world with burning and fuel of fire. Right? But I see BMs, make that possible, man, right? Because contrary to popular belief, the whole concept of an ICBM is prophesied over in the scriptures, man, right?
It's Isaiah 54:16. Behold, I have created the smith that bloweth the coals in the fire, and that bringeth forth an instrument for his work, and I have created the waste to destroy. Well, and that's going into the missiles, man. The Lord actually put, as Bo was just going into, the Lord has put the understanding of how to create these nuclear missiles into men, right, into Esau. A name that comes to mind was I just lost it, forgot the name.
Abraham and Esau.
Oh yeah, Abraham, Esau, yeah. Yeah, Lord put the spirit in him to basically come and put this technology together for these missiles. Well, but it's the Lord that did it. Why? Because it's all about the destruction. The Lord basically put it in him so that he can destroy himself.
What he said? This is Revelation chapter 6 verse 4. And there went out another horse that was red, and power was given unto him that sat thereon, to take peace from the earth, and that they should kill one another, and there was given unto him a great sword. Alright, and ultimately the reason why I brought that out is just to show you that pertaining to the book of Genesis, what was Esau's blessing? Or what is Esau's blessing? Right? His blessing is the sword, and the sword is a killing instrument, man. Alright, and that instrument that's created, the ways to destroy them ICBMs, them intercontinental ballistic missiles, right, is basically Esau's blessing as a sword. But you know what? Who gave him that blessing? Yahweh Shai. He gave him that blessing, and he's going to take him out. Okay? So what you got to understand is, hey man, at the same time, yeah, it might be his blessing, but it's also the Lord's army, because it tells you that the Lord has opened his armory, man. Alright, and he's going to destroy Esau's kingdom with his own blessing. And that's beautiful, man. And that's a beautiful thing to understand, because he's been ruling the nations in wrath. But it's going to come to a bitter end now, man.
That's right.
This is, have you got a precept next?
Yeah, quick one. This is Isaiah 31 and 1. Woe to them that go down to Egypt for help, and stay on horses, and trust in chariots, because they are many, and in horsemen, because they are very strong. But they look not unto the Holy One of Israel, neither seek the Lord. Because, brother brought out basically that, that Esau's blessing is a sword. These guys are trusted, and what's the sword is basically, Esau's military, man, his military might, his weapons. That's the crux, that's the strength, that's the center point of his military might, man. That's his power, but the Lord ultimately gave it to him. So these guys that are, I'm talking about our people, trusting in Esau and his establishment, his military might, afraid, not actually seeking after Yahweh and the armies of heaven,
That's right, that's right.
I have a precept, and then what Brother Carvine mentioned. Matthew 12 and 26, and if Satan cast out Satan, he is divided against himself. How then shall his kingdom stand? Like we was watching or seeing the news, the broadcasts, and you have Russia, which is an Edomite nation, then you have America, which is another Edomite nation, going against each other, man. So that's Yahweh Shai putting them two nations, and putting them together against each other, man, creating that feud. Alright, and we can clearly see, from what we just saw, from what we've been seeing, that this thing is building up to World War III. And both parties are getting ready with the artillery. You've got the Satan II from Russia. You've got all kinds of weaponry that's being created, man. And currently, the US is behind. Alright, so now the Lord's going to put the spear on them to go into further development to try and match up with Russia, man. But it's all going to end with America getting destroyed, man, because that's what it says in the prophecy.
That's right.
Yeah, man. Because America, as a military itself, is pretty strong.
Yeah.
It is strong because it is spread throughout the earth. That's why Russia and other countries haven't just started to strike America, because it is it's strong.
Yep.
But what's ultimately is gonna work against them, because all the other nations are gonna all come together and destroy America.
Right.
Russia is going to spearhead that, but ultimately, how America is going to be totally destroyed is when all of them, hate them according to the scriptures, man.
Yep. I'll just jump straight to that point that you mentioned. It says Jeremiah 50:14, put yourselves in array against Babylon round about, all ye that bend the bow.
Alright, and now get second Ezra, right?
That's all screaming for.
Yeah, no, second Ezra 16. Now, can you read that again?
Yep. So put yourselves in array against Babylon round about, all ye that bend the bow.
All ye that bend the bow. Now, a person who's simple, yeah, what is that bow talking about, man? Right? Could get that in second Ezra 16 or
This
13.
Second Ezra chapter 16, verse 13. For strong is his right hand that bendeth the bow. His arrows that he shooteth are sharp and shall not miss when they begin to be shot into the ends of the world.
Now, what bow and what arrow, like actual bow and arrow, is so powerful to be shot in the ends of the world? Like a person can be here in London, say, I'm gonna shoot this arrow to Spain.
Yeah.
That happens. Man. I don't care how many clothes you do,
Exactly.
how many push-ups, sit-ups, it's not gonna work.
The guy's just walking casually.
Yeah.
and
and he came from England.
Exactly.
He's guys in Barcelona somewhere. He just gets struck by a bow, but like a arrow from London. No, that's not what it's talking about, right? So what's important to understand is that, back then these prophets, which saw certain things in visions, used the terms that they had to best describe what they saw, right? So that's why, if you actually get up a picture of an ICBM, it actually looks like an arrow, Yeah.
And it says, behold, the plagues are sent and shall not return again until they come upon the earth.
Now, go ahead.
The fire is kindled and shall not be put out till it consume the foundations of the earth.
So the fire from that plague is going to consume the foundation of the whole earth. Now, according to the scriptures, man, Zechariah speaks of a plague too, right? Where your flesh shall consume away in your eyes, and things as such.
I got that here.
You can read it.
This is Zechariah, chapter 14 and 12. And this shall be the plague wherewith the Lord will smite all the people that have fought against Jerusalem. Their flesh shall consume away while they stand upon their feet.
So the same way it's done in Ezra, that this plague gonna consume the whole land and burn the whole land. That's the same way this plague gonna consume people's flesh. Because guarantee it, if it can consume like a whole land, then it can definitely consume a person's flesh. Go ahead.
And their eyes shall consume away in their holes.
Well, that's Terminator, man. Do you remember when she was on the fence?
Yeah.
You know, her flesh is getting consumed, man. Keep going.
And their tongue shall consume away in their mouth.
Nah, if you saw the victims of the atomic bomb.
Hiroshima, Nagasaki.
Yeah, that, right? There's actually some people who have like deep, like what's it, stage 3 or 4 degree, but they always proper
burn.
really deep burns. You have some people's face, some people don't even have eyes anymore. It's melted, and they have a tongue, but they ain't got any more lips, right? So, but that's just a person who actually didn't experience the full effect of the blast.
Yeah.
So how much more person who actually was caught up in it, and even the Apostle Paul a couple of years ago brought out like a comparison of one ICBM to an atomic bomb, an ICBM is like a 1,000 times stronger, man.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I was just gonna say as well, because you mentioned like the people that were caught right up in it, Hiroshima and Nagasaki. There were marks. There's marks that left on the floor and all that.
Of shadows.
Yeah. There's marks, man.
Yeah.
You know, so that's how much of an impact it was. It was an instant as well.
Yep.
And guess what? Really, it was like 2 atomic bombs in 2 cities. How much more unified campaign to destroy America, man? Because according to the Bible, in case you didn't know, Babylon the Great is the United States of America, man. Right? Keep going to that, Ezra. You got one there.
If I can say real quick, just on the point that Zechariah 14 and 12, well, the key point there is while they stand on their feet as well, man. Because God might be like, well, Ebola can melt your tongue. Nah. Them Ebola victims, you see, they're in the tent all lied out on their back. Right? This is standing on their feet as well as going into them people that survived, I don't know if you can call that surviving, the atomic bombs dropped in those countries. They were in that moment, and like that, their whole face was changed, their whole lives would change. The people that I was talking, you had people on ladders, you had ladders, got Bay Price left a shadow, people standing up left a shadow, right?
Yeah, if you got diseases, you go to sleep, you wake up, you rest, all like that. But stand on your feet, it's an instant thing.
Like this one, it says your tongue going consuming your mouth. Like I mean, there's plagues where you know your skin wastes away, but your tongue is not gonna be there no more.
Yeah.
That's what the scripture's saying. Yeah. Your tongue ain't gonna be there, bro.
Precept. This is Isaiah chapter 13, verse.
On the meats. Baba Kishar, can you hold that one?
Huh? Yeah.
Isaiah, you gotta start from like verse 3. They come from a far country.
That's exactly what.
That's the spirit, man. Can you hold that for now? Cause that's the part. Can you read that, Baba Kishar? Right.
So this is verse 16. It says, like as an arrow.
See what it's doing now. This is what you call a simile, right? Like for example, this guy could say, I don't know, he's tall as a giraffe. He's not saying he's actually the same height as a giraffe, or he is a giraffe. He's basically using it as a comparison to express his height. So he's saying, like as an arrow. Go ahead.
Like as an arrow which is shot of a mighty archer returneth not backward.
All ye that bendeth the bow, shoot at her. Yep. So like as an arrow is basically comparing like an arrow to that object that will be shot in the wall, man. Go ahead.
Even so, the plagues that shall be sent upon earth shall not return again.
And part of the plague is what? The flesh consuming away, man. Go ahead.
Woe is me, woe is me. Who will deliver me in those days?
So it says, so now he saw them arrows being shot, the foundation of the earth being consumed, and then what did he say? Woe is me. So he actually described those arrows being shot as a woe, right? as a woe, right?
Yep.
Well, this is Revelation 11 and 14. The second woe is past, and behold, the third woe
That's
cometh
right.
quickly, right? So we know that the ICBMs in this war being used is described as a woe too, man, right? Because it's gonna bring great destruction. Because war just simply means destruction, right? Because you had World War One, that was great destruction. Although ICBMs didn't get used, right? World War Two, right? But with this woe, right, is gonna be the woe to end the war to end all wars, man. And when a thing is coming to a complete end, that's when they are the most grandest event takes place. Like now, you know, when the Lord comes and saves us, the 12 tribes of Israel, it's going to be the most spectacular one.
Yep.
So this third woe is going to be the most spectacular one, man.
Good precept.
Go ahead.
This is Revelation chapter 6 verse 14. And the heaven departed as a scroll when it is rolled together, and every mountain and island were moved out of their places. You know, that's a description of if you look at a nuclear bomb being dropped, you see the mushroom cloud. It's like a heaven's being departed like a scroll, man. You know, so you know, another example of this is John saying this. Another example of a prophet who saw the nuclear explosion. You know, in the vision.
If I can grab this real quick, because you said it's going to be the greatest one. This is Jeremiah 16:14. Therefore, behold, the days come, saith Yahweh, that it shall no more be said, Yahweh liveth, that brought up the children of Israel out of the land of Egypt. Right? It says, but Yahweh liveth, right, that brought up the children of Israel from the land of the north, and from all lands whither he had driven them. And I, right? It's who's speaking it, right? This is basically the Lord, right? His words are that. It says, but I will bring them again into their land, right? That I gave unto their fathers, right? So just a quick point, right? There it's saying that I, as in Yahweh's the one that's going to bring the real children of Israel, right, into their own land, right? Not no Boeing 747s, not no letter from Lord Rothschild, not no British Parliament, right? The Lord Yahweh himself, right? Who certain heathens say you can't even say the Lord's name, right? They call it Hashem, right? Right? So the Lord himself is going to bring the children of Israel out from the different lands wherein we are scattered into their rightful land, which is the land of Israel, man.
Oh, man.
Right? And that it was just on that point about the destruction that is happening, right? That is going to happen. It's going to be so great. Egypt was a great destruction. So the Lord's like, look, man, this destruction, we'll say in Daniel 12, it's like a time like never before seen on earth. But so what's the Lord going to do? He's going to have a deliverance like never before seen on earth.
Man, I have a precept, Brother Bashar, if you don't mind.
Yeah, how was it?
This is Malachi chapter 4 and 1. I'm reading it. Yeah. This is like a bread and butter precept. You know, you read it, you're like, wow. It says, for behold, the day cometh that thou shalt burn as an oven, and all the proud, yea, all that do wickedly, shall be stubble. And the day that cometh shall burn them up. So the Bible is saying that the day, time prophesied, where people gonna get burned. They're gonna get burned up, bro, upon the earth. So he ain't talking about no hell. They're gonna get burned up upon the earth, bro.
That's a good point. Ain't talking about no hell.
Saith the Lord of hosts, that it shall leave them neither root nor branch.
Can you keep reading that, bro? Show the side in that.
Yeah, but unto you that fear my name shall the Son of Righteousness arise with healing in his wings.
Yeah.
And ye shall go forth and grow up as cows of the store.
Yeah.
And ye shall tread down the wicked, for they shall be ashes under the soles of your feet in that day.
Ashes. So this that prophecy has to be fulfilled.
Yeah.
You know, there's got to be actual carbon bodies in the ashes, man. After that nuclear, that burning, they're the burning oven. You know?
Yeah. It's there where you got that sort of step on down Benjamin.
Yeah.
Hey, but if I can say the apostles were breaking that down further, chapter 4, Well, because obviously, you know, in our world, we look at it in our oven, you know, you got 230.
Yeah, man.
Paul was posted, I was like,
yeah.
he was saying, look, man, that ancient ovens, you put the dough together, 1 second, 2 second, flip it over 1 second, 2 second, the bread's done. But that's how hot the ovens of the ancient world used to be, right? Just as a way of, you know, putting it more into perspective, because, you know, it might be like, well, you know, I could put my hand in the oven for 10
Is
seconds.
that does that scripture say fervent heat or is that impeded?
That's peak.
Yeah, but then again, the ICBMs according to Esau, he's saying it's as hot as the surface of the sun. You know, according to his research. So, man, in that day, you probably gonna wish you was in the oven, man.
Yeah.
Or
Because remember, this fire's gonna be a lake of fire, man. It's gonna be a big lake, bro.
Because you even had in 9/11, they have them guys who jumping out the window because it was so hot. That's nowhere near the level of them ICBM missiles, man.
Yeah.
got a precept. This is 2 Peter 3 verse 10. But the day of the Lord will come as a thief in the night, in the which the heavens shall pass away with a great noise, and the elements shall melt with fervent heat.
Well, guess what? Us in this, we're actually just made from elements too, man. So some of the elements that won't melt is people, as the brother likes to bring out in Jeremiah 9. You know, behold, I will melt them.
Yeah.
You know, the Lord's gonna melt people, man.
Yeah, and a lot of people, man. A lot of people. 'Cause, even in the one you read in Malachi 4, right, it says, in all the proud, right? So, when that's Esau, you know, a lot of Edomites gonna get burnt up. But a lot of women gonna get burnt up.
And Jake, because the scripture says the pride is turning away from your maker.
Exactly.
So a lot of these people, a lot of this world,
They gonna
bar the elect, right, are turning from the maker. But the place that's gonna be destroyed, the land that's gonna be destroyed, is America, because you know you're gonna have places that ain't gonna get touched, because not everyone's gonna be destroyed, because people have to go into slavery. You're gonna need people who are gonna be left, you know, to go into slavery, or else it ain't gonna be fun. Imagine every Edomite just gets burned up in World War III, and that's it.
Yeah. But it's contrary to the scriptures as well, because the prophecy says they will, what do you call it? That, you know, we're gonna find these elites wherever it is that they're hidden.
Yeah, so they did.
Quick bit more.
Go ahead.
The earth also and the works that are therein shall be burnt up. So all of this stuff is going to be burnt up, man. You know, because I remember Apostle Kabar bringing out, he said the thermonuclear fire is a destruction and it's also a renewal. You know, with that fire, it's a renewing as well. You know,
That's right. Good precept.
You got.
No, it's only because we're gonna go. You got a precept.
This is Isaiah 13 verse 4. The noise of a multitude in the mountains,
Yep.
like as of a great people.
That's your part. Hold it. Door 2. Shut.
Yep.
And tumultuous noise in the kingdoms of nations gathered together. The Lord Yahweh of hosts mustereth the host of the battle. They come from a far country, from the end of heaven, even the Lord Yahweh, and the weapons of his indignation to destroy the whole land. Okay, and what's that land talking about? That's talking about the land of America. Okay, how ye, verse 6, for the day of the Lord Yahweh is at hand, it shall come as a destruction from the Almighty. Alright, that's why the scriptures speak about woe to you that desire the day of the Lord. You know, for what is it to you? You know, the day of the Lord is at hand, it's gonna come as a destruction, man. It ain't gonna be a time of you know, like peace and hugs and shit like that, man. Alright?
Truth.
It says, therefore shall hands be faint, and every man's heart shall melt, and they shall be afraid. Pangs and sorrow shall take hold of them, and they shall be in pain as a woman that travaileth.
Wow.
They shall be amazed at one another, their faces shall be as flames.
Yeah, because the face is going to be actually young flames, man. You know? Like again, as you saw in the Terminator, man. You know? Go ahead up.
Verse 9, behold, the day of the Lord cometh, cruel both with wrath and fierce anger. So the day of the Lord is cruel, man. You know? They don't sound like no,
Peace to
you know, peace, you know, peace, loving, and just,
peace and
you know, hugging, and you know what I
Some
mean.
good times.
Yeah, some good times. You know, it says, "Behold, the day of the Lord cometh, cruel both with wrath and fierce anger, to lay the land desolate, and he shall destroy the sinners thereof out of it."
Mm.
Okay, and that's pretty much I had on there. But I'm gonna jump down to the point.
Yeah, tonight.
This is verse 17.
Come.
Behold, I will stir up the Medes against them.
Alright, now who are them Medes, man? Russia, man. Right? They according to the Bible are them Medes, man. And guess what? That's why the scripture says what? Behold, I what? Sorry.
Behold, I will stir up the Medes.
Okay, stir up, and that's what he's doing now, because they're like finally backing out old Cold War spirit, man. Because if you've done any research on the Cold War and how things was, there was a time where like they said the Earth was about a couple hours away from the Third World War, right? Because you had a Cuban missile crisis, right? Where they had basically ICBMs that had been shipped there, you know, basically there. Then the states was gonna invade them and come with their might. And people generally believe, yo,
This is it.
this is it.
Yeah. Big
Like-
scientists made a doomsday clock.
Yeah,
You know
yeah.
what you're talking about?
And even in that time period, you had like people's like kids get shipped on trains to like other parts of America to try and hide in case like it kicked off, man. So people was the whole world was afraid, man.
Yeah.
But then the Heavenly Father made that come down and subside.
Gotcha.
That's why I said there shall be wars and rumors of wars. Look, if there was any time you basically need a rumor of wars, well that was it. Because people was like, yo, this war's gonna, you know, gonna go.
Yeah.
But then it calmed down, and now he's put them hooks back in his jaws, man. Right?
This is Revelation 7:7-3, saying, "Hurt not the earth, neither the sea, nor the trees, till we have sealed the servants of our God in their foreheads."
That's right. That's
Yeah.
right.
Yeah, because that war, I mean, back then it weren't going to happen. Well, because the elect weren't sealed. Right, but, you know, as opposed to Hart, you know, said he believes that the elect have been sealed. Right, so, you know, now we still going to have rumors of war, but now we're actually in that time for this destruction to happen.
Yeah. Certain prophecies had to come. Like,
Yeah.
Well, the mark of the beast has to come to that full
Yeah.
fruit.
Yeah.
You know. We still want to Joel?
Yeah.
Can't you from 2 or 3?
From two.
Can't.
From the top.
This is Joel chapter 2 from the top.
Yeah.
Okay, verse 1. Blow ye the trumpet in Zion, and sound an alarm in my holy mountain.
And that's what's happening now, man. Right? Go ahead.
Let all the inhabitants of the land tremble, for the day of the Lord cometh, for it is nigh at hand.
Well, wait. So, if the day of the Lord was so peaceful, peace and love, you know, tranquility, then explain to me why it's saying that all the inhabitants of the earth fear and tremble, man. Because this war that's going to be burning the fuel of fire is just one aspect of the destruction that's coming to the earth, bro. Because remember, you still got the earthquake in
Yellowstone.
Yellowstone,
Yeah.
right? Imagine an ICBM hits that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Imagine an ICBM hits that.
Yeah.
That would be a jumbo earthquake.
Yeah. Because they say it's not even a volcano, it's a super volcano. It's a super volcano. And, yeah, I mean, you just look at, because I only vaguely remember the information, it was years ago I looked at it, but if you just look at the effects of a super volcano, man, right, the ash cloud of a super volcano on its own is enough to cover the sky. Right, so imagine that's getting it, that's spewing out
That's
lava.
like Pompeii,
Yeah.
right? And on top of that as well, do you remember the scripture says the earth shall rule to and fro like a drunkard? I see how spirit works. Go ahead,
Isaiah chapter 24, verse, I'm going to start from 19. The earth is utterly broken down. The earth is clean dissolved. The earth is moved exceedingly. The earth shall reel to and fro like a drunkard.
Yeah, and it will, man, because as well, it's like, look, the ICBMs hitting the earth alone. That's deep impact, man.
Oh, if I can say, one of the reasons they knew North Korea was testing ICBMs, right, was because it showed up on the what do you call the
Richter
Richter scale.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah,
And that was a small North Korean.
Yeah. Well. Even a prime example is this. You know, for anyone who's shot off some fireworks before, even when it's shot, you feel it in the grass, like you feel it in the floor, you feel it on the ground. How much more something traveling about 20 times the speed of sound with a power to melt the land, bro?
Yeah.
Hitting the fault line.
Oh yeah, America has San Andreas on one side.
Yeah, the San Andreas. You know, the scripture says, you know, Lord, was you upset with the trees?
Yeah.
Was you mad at the waters and rivers? Because you're gonna have rivers that are gonna get dried up. Then you might have some other countries like in Caribbean and that just be underwater, man.
Mississippi.
Yeah, because even the Apostle Paul was speaking about that. You're gonna have them waves just cover the whole land, man.
Yeah.
There the Lord is gonna be crazy, and that's gonna be after the tribulation, bro. You know, like right in the midst of everything, bro. Then America's gonna be destroyed, and then even after that, then you're gonna have the world armies left trying to fight it.
Yeah, that's what the scripture says. Amos 5:18 onwards, what it says, man. Right, you run away from one thing, then another thing, then another thing. You're like, fuck, no, right, like what you was going into. You have the race wars, then you have the world war, then you have the law coming back, and then you people be like, fucking hell.
Yeah.
Then you gonna see niggas get beamed up. Then that's gonna really compound it.
So-called niggas. That's right.
But it's the way they see it.
That's how they see us. But then remember, before that, the scripture says there be many that shall perish of famine. Then you go like, you know what I mean? This time, then it says, scripture says the teeth of wild beasts. You know, they're gonna be you know, the apparitions. Because remember, the scripture says I'll plague Egypt as before. So you're gonna have people seeing stuff, man. Like you know, you got apparitions. Go ahead.
No, I haven't got that.
No,
specific.
yeah, you just get
Just what we spoke about real quick. 2 Ezra 16 and 22. For many of them that dwell upon the earth shall perish of famine, and the other that shall escape the hunger shall the sword destroy.
Shall the sword destroy, right? Which the biggest sword is the missiles, man. That's the biggest sword. Go back to Joel. You got.
I forgot. And the reason why that's deep is because the scriptures say it's better to die by the sword than by famine, right?
Because he's pining away.
Yeah.
A full-blown keto.
Hey, because remember when we was looking into it, man, it takes time for you to die of hunger, man.
It takes 8 to 12 weeks.
You know, you just dead, coughing up blood.
Yeah.
Then you gotta start, you know, worrying about cannibalism.
Yeah.
Which is gonna
heightened
come back.
senses, and all that. Yeah, man.
And the most even though it's gonna be a worldwide thing, the most heaviest cold judgment is gonna be on America, bro. That's gonna be, bro. That's gonna be crazy. Keep going that.
Okay. So it says.
Someone get Revelation 18, you know, 1 hour.
I'm about to get at this now. That's the spirit.
A day of darkness and of gloominess, a day of clouds and of thick darkness.
I wonder why.
As the morning spread upon the mountains, a great people and a strong.
See, now that's the precept to Revelation 9. Because right now in this verse, it's describing the ICBMs as a great people. But it's not a people, right? It's actually the missiles, man. Go ahead.
They have not been ever the like, neither shall be any more after it.
Yeah,
Isaiah 2.
That's it, exactly. Because after the war, nation shall not rise up against nation, kingdoms against kingdom. And this is the first and only war that's going to be shot with arrows into the ends of the world. You know? Even Ezekiel 29 speaks about basically after the war, we're going to burn up all the weapons anyway. You know?
The people of peace are going to be ruling, man.
Yeah. In the kingdom, us ain't going to have no need for a fucking ICBM. You know? Yeah, it's just there, isn't it? You know, in case, you know, he try to fight us. Don't worry about that.
And we're going to have that spiritual power, man. We won't need all of that.
Remember, Elijah called down fire from heaven. You know, so.
Nick.
That's
a fire, you know.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
It says, they have not been ever the like, neither shall be any more after it, even to the years of many generations.
See? Go ahead.
A fire devoureth before them.
Which proves it's not talking about people. Because if it's the scripture says that there isn't any end unto all men upon earth. So that's how you know it's not talking about people. Because the scripture says that there ain't going to be any more people in this verse, like even to the 1,000 generations, man. Right? But here, it's describing it as people, as a mighty army, because it's actually the Lord's army. It's them weapons, man. Go ahead.
A fire devoureth before them, and behind them a flame burneth.
See, so it's calling it
Oh,
them,
man.
but it's not. When's the last time you see the guy with a fire in his mouth and behind his head? There's a flame.
That makes too much sense, man. Bro, it's a flame burning behind. You remember like a Bunsen burner in school?
Yeah. Well, if you want, bro, if you get up a big picture of an ICBM, it just explains it. Go ahead.
And it says, the land is
No, can you read it again?
a fire devoureth before them, and behind them a flame burneth.
So you know when you see the ICBM, what's behind it, bro?
Yeah.
But you remember, the prophets are only going to use terms that they had to describe what they saw.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
It's like something I speak about every now and then. The original word for giraffe, right? You look at like in Greek, for instance, it's camel leopardus, right? Because the guys that saw it, it looks like a camel, but look, it looks like a leopard as well because of the spots. So they called it a camel leopard,
Yeah.
right? Because they didn't have a name for it. They were like, it's a camel leopard, you know. And we do that every now and then, man. Oh yeah, that spoon-looking thing, man.
Yeah.
Right? We might not have a name for it, and then you find out there is actual name for it, and that's what it is with certain things. Oh, it looks like an arrow shooting. Oh, I've never seen that before.
So you gonna describe it as an arrow?
Yeah.
Like for example, you know this. Like look at that, bro. Come on, man. We read that part again.
This is verse 3. A fire devoureth before them,
Yeah.
and behind them a flame burneth.
A flame burning. Well, I can see a flame right there, man. You know what I mean? There's a flame right there. So that's in prophecy. That's in prophecy. Keep going up.
The land is as the garden of Eden before them,
And then prophets gonna make plans, Go ahead.
and behind them a desolate wilderness. Yea, and nothing shall escape them.
Can you read that again?
Right? It says, the land is as the garden of Eden before them, and behind them a desolate wilderness.
Oh, well, Eden means what? It's paradise, right? America is esteemed as a paradise. Well, the other day, yeah, paradise get burned, man. You know. So it's saying before the destruction, it's untouched because it's still a virgin. It hasn't been popped yet, But it's saying what?
And behind them a desolate wilderness.
Yeah, because when it hits the land, when you feel the extent, of it hitting the land, the land goes be a wilderness.
Because like you're saying, it's paradise where you got Jake, welcome to Atlanta where the players play. Hey, you got Will Smith talking about Miami, whatever, what have you. Right? Then you got everyone being like, hey, Hollywood this, Hollywood that. Right? California. Right? And you got all of these places that, in the music are esteemed as places of beauty, places that, hey, people, you do tell someone, well, so where you going? I'm going, man. Oh, you going to Miami? People look at you like, damn, hey, you going to have a good time.
The beach and all that.
Yeah?
Yeah, you got
San Fran and all of that.
the bridge. Yeah.
Well, the scripture says the besom of destruction, man.
I'm going to read this bit again. It says, yea, and nothing shall escape them.
And nothing shall escape them, man. Because, you might have a guy trying to, a good raw read, to escape. He was driving down a long road. Yeah, babe, let's fight to the end of the road together. Nah, man, don't worry about that, man. Don't even worry about that. Alright? Because really, do you remember that time, brothers, when we watched the documentary on Netflix, right? And then basically called the bomb, and he's showing all the missiles. And when it strikes the land, the sound alone breaks bones, bro.
Yeah.
People just
Shatters glass.
shatters glass. The sound, just the sound. That's what what's that clip in that film? The end film. Didn't.
No,
Yeah.
With what's his name? Nicholas
Noah.
Cage.
no,
Yeah.
That's
You-
a bad film.
You see the sound.
Mm.
The sound alone is ripping through the land,
Yeah.
right? And then after you go through the heat, you know. Right.
Got a precept after.
Oh yeah. Well, you can read your precept now.
Chime in.
Yeah.
This is Revelation 7:1. And after these things, I saw 4 angels standing on the 4 corners of the earth,
Mm.
holding the 4 winds of the earth, that the wind should not blow on the earth, nor on the sea, nor on any tree.
Nuclear wind.
That's right. You know, that's that wind that the brother was describing, man. It's gonna be so terrible that it's gonna shatter bones.
Yeah.
You know, that's how terrible it's gonna be, man. And the Lord's got angels like set up to basically hold back that wind of destruction, which are them nukes. You know, but when the Lord gives them the green light, you know, they're gonna do the Lord's bidding.
And it's gonna be so crazy because when people are getting burned, the Lord's gonna keep the spirit in them to feel it, bro.
Yeah.
So you got your bones actually might break, man. You know.
Yeah.
And you're still burning, bro.
Hey, because the scripture says who has power over the spirit.
Yeah.
We read Ecclesiastes and no one has power over the spirit to retain the spirit. Obeys the Most High, man, the Father of spirits.
Yeah.
Alright.
You should keep your spirit in there for as long as he wants.
Well, you remember there was on Nat Geo, there was that chick. She basically tried to blow her face out. And the Lord was like, nah, you gonna survive this.
Oh yeah. There's people that happen that all the time.
Yeah.
Like, do you remember online the guy? His chest was
Oh
open.
shit, yeah, that was.
You show me brothers video later. Some guy's chest was open. You see his lungs all, you know, his heart beating, pounding out, but he's alive, bro.
Yeah.
The Heavenly Father could have made him die.
Mm.
He didn't.
Well, you remember that guy I posted that got attacked by the lion?
Oh yeah.
He was in the hospital bed. All his guts were virtually out.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to push it back in. And he
Yeah.
was screaming in agony.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Even one time you had a 2-3, Jake, his head got caved in with a shotgun from the back, bro. Yeah. And you see his pineal gland doing all this.
Yeah.
And he's living, man. To this day. You know, from Tottenham, matter of fact.
Damn.
Keep going.
Yeah. I got Revelations. I'm 18.
Alright.
Went out.
Can you hold him to that? Go back to Joel, because that whole chapter, that basically, if you read that chapter with understanding, you see the missiles, man.
Mm.
You see, he's not talking about some other guy, man. Go ahead,
And it
says
says,
to hear, let him hear.
Yeah.
the appearance of them is as the appearance of horses, and as
So they're
horsemen.
men, but they look like horses.
Yeah, see now it's a horseman. It's
Who's a centaur? Centaurs.
Yeah.
That Greek mythology.
yeah. Some guy with a beard, but he got some horse feet.
Mm.
You know what I mean? You know. Go ahead, though.
And as horsemen,
And as, see, it keeps saying as, like, as. It's comparison. But that shows you, that's a precept to Revelation 9, right? When it says 200,000, men, right? It describes it as men, but it's as horsemen, sorry, but it's not actual horsemen. Go ahead,
so shall they run,
like as horsemen, so they shall run. Go ahead.
like the noise of chariots on the tops of mountains.
Hello, you know that? You know that sound, bro? You know, flying through the sky.
Mm.
You know, I mean, do his thing, man. Go ahead.
Like the noise of chariots on the tops of mountains shall they leap. Like the noise of a flame
Yeah.
of fire.
Well, see, now it's being pretty precise. You know, the fireman. You know, go ahead.
It says, like the noise of a flame of fire that devoureth the stubble,
Ooh.
as a strong people set in battle array.
Oh man, keep going.
It says, before their face the people shall be much pained.
Yeah, because when they see, you know, the clip we were just speaking about. When they see the missiles, just flying in the fucking airspace. The face is gonna drop, man. The pride is gonna go.
Yeah.
Where am I gonna go? The pride is just gonna be that situation. you're gonna want to just teleport out there, bro.
You know when people have that moment, like they're just back before they're about to die, and like movies
Yeah.
and all that, and they're all fucked up. That's
Yeah.
gonna be happening on a mass scale.
Yeah.
You
You're
know?
gonna have guys trying to
Yeah.
blow their brains out, it's not working, you know?
No.
You know? No, and then at the same time, you're gonna be having the brothers getting beamed up, you know, wherever the brothers may be. But the scripture says what? Before they see the missiles, their face is gonna be much pain, man. Because you know why? Because everyone's gonna be there, and they're like, this is a public service announcement, you know. Russia has shot the ICBMs, which shall arrive in 15 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Say goodbye to your family.
You know.
There's no
War,
surviving this.
like in World War, you had those sirens.
Yeah.
You know.
That's coming.
You know.
Right.
It says, before their face, the people shall be much pains. All faces shall gather blackness. And it says, they shall run like mighty men.
Yeah.
They shall climb the wall like men of war.
That's what Apostle Paul was speaking about, man. You know, Trump's gonna build this wall. When the ICBM's gonna climb over it, man. They're gonna leapfrog over it, man. You know? Go ahead.
And they shall march every one on his ways, and they shall not break their ranks.
That's right, because you know, they ain't gonna break their rank. Right?
I was gonna supposed to spoke about before. Lord's gonna be with them, man. The missiles hitting those lands.
Yeah, she said that. Go ahead.
He's gonna put his spirit in them, bro.
Yeah.
This next verse is beautiful. It says, neither shall one thrust another.
Yeah. So you ain't gonna use a computer hack. Yeah, actually we ain't gonna be hitting. Nah.
They always do that in movies, you know. In America,
Yeah.
the guy's in the plane and he just does some maneuver and the missiles hit each other.
Yeah.
That ain't gonna happen, man.
Nope.
Yeah.
You're gonna be the target. You're gonna hit it, man.
Yeah.
Hey, arrows hit targets, man. Well, guess what? The United States got a big fucking X in it, bro. A big X, bro.
Yeah.
So-
Made of blood.
Made of blood. Yeah. Made of blood, man. It's got a big X, bro. Go ahead.
Neither shall one thrust another. They shall walk every one in his path.
See, so it's gonna be it's wet. Look, if it's being set to hit New York City, it ain't going to Atlanta. It's going where it gotta go, bro. Good.
And when they fall upon the sword, they shall not be wounded.
So that's air defense missiles, man. Right? What did they have in America? Patriot system,
Yeah.
right?
It's don't even work.
Yeah. Right. So they basically the premise of these couple of verses is these missiles gonna hit.
These are special missiles.
Yeah. Hey, look, you know you might be playing might be playing one of them FPS first person shooters, and the other guy's on what? God mode. You might be shooting at him and he won't die. Right, yeah, he's all do whatever he wants to do, tries to do against these missiles. But they gonna hit. What?
Ain't gonna work.
I've got a quick precept.
Them Patriot missile systems ain't gonna be very patriotic.
That's right.
Oh, quick precept. This is Jeremiah 51.
Look, and the thing is, yeah, look, this verse is only just describing the missiles. They even brought the precepts where it's calling out Babylon by name, bro. That you gonna burn it out, man. That you gonna be a Sodom and Gomorrah, man. Look, man, America is Babylon the Great, which means great confusion, man. Right? And you have brought the most mass confusion upon the earth, man. Because you know why? It isn't as if the confusion just stays in America. You actually go forth throughout the earth and confuse others.
All nations are
Drunk the wine and wrath of the fornication. Prime example is the first transgender surgery was in America, right? In the early 1900s. Now it's influenced like countries like Iran.
Yeah.
Like
Islamic Republic.
Islamic Republic of Iran, right? Like it's actually Iran is the third top place on the earth to get transgender surgeries, right? And their influence is throughout the whole earth, man. So that's why it's Babylon the Great, great confusion, because you cause confusion, and you cause confusion for the whole earth. Go ahead.
Isaiah chapter 24 verse 10. The city of confusion is broken down. Every house is shut up that no man might come in. There is a crying for wine in the streets. All joy is darkened. The mirth of the land is gone.
That's what's happening in America, man. It's gone. Oh man, it is gone, man.
Oh, what, Super Bowl, what, 53?
Yeah, that
Hey,
was,
worst Super Bowl in like 10 years or something like that. Record-wise, it just keeps going down, down, down. People ain't watching it, man.
shit, man. Even this Christmas was shit, man.
Yeah.
This Christmas is like the worst Christmas, man.
The spirit of this place is going down worldwide.
Yeah.
Because the kingdom's going down, man. Because the prophets are out there breaking strongholds.
Yeah.
You know?
A quick one. Revelation 17:5. And upon her forehead was the name written, Mystery Babylon the Great, the mother of harlots and abominations of the earth.
So like basically, like for example, prime example is the LGBT community. The first LGBT community was in America, man. Right? So it's basically the mother of abominations. All abominations upon the earth are inspired by fucking America. For example, the first Sin City was fucking in America. Now you got Sin Cities throughout the world.
That's right.
So the mother of abomination is America. Like America is just known as a place for consumerism. You can have whatever you want. You can do whatever you want in America, bro.
Or even like skyscrapers and things like that. The blueprint for every other city on the earth.
Yeah,
You know?
that's right.
And even over in I believe it's Saudi Arabia, you got women Uber drivers now, man.
Yeah,
You know, they be celebrating in their hijabs, man.
yeah.
You know, that's America, man. You know, that's a confusion spreading.
Oh, and in fact, if somebody checks on online, if you want, you actually have a term called Americanization. It's like basically like a state of affairs in which countries are influenced by America, and that's basically in prophecy. All nations have drunk the wine of the wrath of her fornication, right? You have more in the Revelation up.
That was on that one. You still want the Revelation 18.
Yeah.
Revelation 18. I go straight to the point.
Up to you, bro.
I'll
There's a lot in that chapter, bro.
Yeah. I'll read from 5 and jump down. Revelations 18 and 5. For her sins have reached unto heaven, and Yahweh have remembered her
You know what?
iniquities.
Start from 3.
3, yeah? God. For all
You need to
nations.
start with 2, man.
Yeah.
There's a lot in there.
And he cried mightily with a strong voice,
You
saying,
know what? Start from 1.
Revelation 18 and 1. And after these things I saw another angel come down from heaven, having great power, and the earth was lightened with his glory. And he cried
So
mightily.
that's what everything he's seeing. He's actually seeing this happen, but it means something, you know.
And he cried mightily with a strong voice, saying, Babylon the Great is fallen, and is become the habitation of devils.
Now, what does that mean? That's basically saying after America is destroyed, man. These are doleful creatures, as it's about to say, will be there, you know. Right?
And the hold of every foul spirit, and the cage of every unclean and hateful bird. For all nations have drunk of the wine of the wrath of her fornication, and the kings of the earth have committed fornication with her.
So they've taken it into that way of life of America, man. Right? Right?
That's why everyone wants to flow to America for the when they call it the American dream.
No,
You know, everyone wants to be like America, man. And you get these Ammonites or these Moabites, they be talking about, you know, like Possible Bar did a video one time. Oh no, it was on the streets. From Shing, you did it! You finally married a white man! You know? You made it to America, you know? It's all about, you know, going to America. Even fucking coming to America. You know, they even show you that. To go to America, here it is. Eddie Murphy, he had the perfect type of woman, you know, doing that, bowing to his every command, and he went over to fucking Queens to go and get a whore from America, man. You know,
you could have stressed the whore.
Whole. That whole
We know it as the American nightmare, man.
Yeah.
We know it's the American dream.
American dream. I don't know about that. Look.
Put that people up.
Right.
It says Americanization, the action of making a personal thing American in character or nationality. Example given is the Americanization of popular culture continues apace. Then you've got images, right? And it's a fast food chamber, right? And you got this image, right? I'll bring it up, of a McDonald's with Chinese writing on it, man. Yeah, man.
Is there any way you can go in the world and not find a McDonald's?
Exactly. Well,
Go to the pyramids of Giza.
Exactly.
Go to the pyramids
No,
of Giza.
You can't do this.
you got McDonald's next to the pyramids, man.
Bro, you got the pyramids of Giza, yeah?
I think on the earth here, there's about. I think.
Bro, you can be sure.
I think on earth here, I think there's about four or five different like products that are just universal.
Yeah.
Like,
Coke.
one of them is Coke, and
Yeah.
another is McD's, Chinese,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
You got that.
Of the earth and I committed
Hold on, you got any more on that?
Let me look for more translations, definitions. If I do, want me to? I'll just read a quick bit of Wikipedia. It says, in countries outside of the U.S., Americanization is the influence American culture and business have on other countries, such as their media,
The media.
right, cuisine, business practices, popular culture, technology, or political techniques.
Mhm.
The term has been used since at least 1907, while not necessarily a pejorative. I don't know what that word
But
means.
no, it said what? Popular culture. The LGBT is that's a culture, right? And things as such. Democracy, women's rights.
Yep.
You know, women be equal with men. That's popular culture. So that's that wine that's made these nations drunk.
That's right.
Yep.
That's right.
Right?
That's right.
Homosexuality as
Hom-
well, that's fucking,
Yep.
That's
Rampant.
that is rampant. Yeah.
It's like an infestation of cockroaches in Earth, bro. Oh,
Because they said about what do you call it? About mice, innit? Never 2 meters away from one. It's, nowadays, that's what it seems like about these homosexuals, man.
everywhere, bro.
Everywhere, man. You might be talking to a guy, a colleague, and that, and then he just out of nowhere, yeah, my boyfriend. What? You just spaz out, right? It says the term has been in use since at least 1907, while not necessarily pejorative. I just have to look up. Pejorative, that word means. Fuck it, I can't get it.
Pejorative, yeah?
Yeah, purge is like an accusation. It says, yeah, expressing contempt or disapproval. Right, so I think it's saying, while not necessarily a bad term. Right, that's why the scriptures talk about words easy to be understood, man. You just put it in plain English so that everyone can understand, man. Right, so the term has been used since at least 1907, while not necessarily a pejorative term. It is most often used by critics in the target country who are against the influences. Americanization.
Yeah, because you come to that country, right? Bro, this guy's in this country with a camel or something and some gold, right? And his chick's an owner, and you come round, and you say, no, actually, you're supposed to be equal. Then a couple weeks after, his chick's in a bikini, talking shit. Her hair's blonde, listening to Drake.
Oh,
And he's got a suit on.
And he's got a suit on. Yeah. And he's got a suit on.
Yeah.
Yeah. This guy was holding his beard like this, you know. This guy had a full beard, right? Rough, raw, eating some goat's cheese, yeah. And now he's in a suit, eating a Big Mac.
But-
What's going on, man?
that's what they do. They bring a suitcase.
The
with
suitcase,
dollars.
bro.
The suitcase with the guy turns up the suitcase with the dollars. Because I was thinking of when you mentioned it, I was thinking of Khabib.
Yeah.
Because the article came out how he snubbed Nevada.
Yeah.
They tried to give him some
They find out.
yeah, that's it. They're trying to do that.
Deal, yeah.
And he snubbed it because if you watch the documentary of Khabib, he's just living out there in the mountains. He's got his woman in order. He's got his community around him, eating that good food. With America trying to do that all around the world, trying to go fuck up their villages,
Yeah.
them cities.
Yeah.
Hey, remember what he said in the interview?
Yeah.
It's like, but you missed your son's wedding. You know your son's birth.
Yeah.
And it was like, we have different mentality. He was like, oh, I need to be there. I said, I pray to God and everything will be okay. That's
That was really like that was a big east-west disparity,
Yeah.
you know, in that documentary.
That's right. And overall, America's gonna be burned, man.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
That's right.
Read that Revelation.
And it's become the habitation of devils and the hold of every foul spirit and the cage of every unclean and hateful bird. For all nations have drunk of the wine of the wrath of her fornication.
So that's her ways of life. You know, basically they've taken to the way of life, man, and philosophies.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
And the kings of the earth have committed fornication with her. And the merchants of the earth are waxed rich through the abundance of her delicacies.
Now, if you look at the list of countries by imports, right? America imports more than the EU, and which is a 28 member state block, bro. And you got one fat fuck, right? Imports way more than them. Like China's whole economy is based upon America, man. Them goods got rich because of America, man.
Made in China.
Yeah, that's why the biggest holder of debt is China. You know, like China as a country is actually rich because of America, bro. So you have all these lands, because guess what? They're the biggest consumers. If you got a product, right, and like if I own a shop, bro, that sells some rice, some jerk chicken or whatever, right? I want the most fattest customer, bro. I would want the most fattest customers, bro. Like to come to my place. Yeah, they'll be fat. They'll be having a hard time. Yeah, sit down, man. Enjoy your stay. Well, that's spiritual. You know why it's spiritual? Because America's the biggest consumers, right? Well, they're the fattest nation on the earth. They're actually the fattest nation on the earth, bro. You can have anything you want over there in America. That's why these nations you can have anything, man. You know, that's why the scripture says that rats rich for the abundance of her delicacies, man. You know?
Hey, the woman that rideth the whore that rideth the beast was decked out.
Decked out.
You know, so these nations are actually drawn to America on the next level.
Yeah.
You know, even John, when he saw the woman, she was beautiful, man.
Whoa.
Like Apostle Tahar was going into it, man. He saw the tea hanging out, you know, the fire, you know, she was, you know, she had that right posture.
Yeah, she had a thick calves.
Thick calves, all of that.
All of that,
looking, you know, skin looking smooth and
Hair flowing and all that.
hair flowing.
Yeah, flowing.
Shit, man.
You know?
Shit.
She looking good, man.
You know?
That's how they know all of these nations have to go down, because they're all dependent on America.
Oh, they are.
You know, so they're gonna go down, man. America's that tumor that just links onto your body and goes in the bloodstream, and then you can't survive without it.
Well, prime example is that the world reserve currency, right? People have to purchase things in dollars.
Exactly.
And it's like the thing is it's not actually got a value. The only value it's got is faith. That the fact that it's got a value. So if you crash the economy of America, you could crash the economy of the world.
It's a good point Bo was bringing up about how it's all just going to be America 2.0. Because what you look at these groups, because you talk about petrodollar, they're trying to set up a petro one, right? You know, a petrodollar, but in their currency. You see them, you see Xi Jinping. What's he wearing? He ain't wearing, a Chinese traditional garment. He's wearing a suit, right? Shinzo Abe, the same thing, president or prime minister of Japan. Right, they're all in America's system, and what China once again, what they do, they're selling off their, these mobile phones that built over there, in that region of the world. Right, they basically still using that American model. Right, so if America, we can't have these heathens ruling over, man, because China's helped destroy the world. They ain't blameless. Right, you go to certain parts of China, you get dead zones, man, where they're making these technologies and just killing off entire areas. But because of the waste chemicals, man.
Just to feed America.
Just to feed America.
You know? Once became rich for the abundance of her delicacies.
What we said, because you mentioned China real quick. 2 Ezra 16:1.
That's right.
Woe be unto thee, Babylon and Asia.
Mm.
Woe be unto thee, Egypt and Syria. Gird up yourselves with cloths of sack and hair, Slakia, with cloths of sack and hair. Bewail your children and be sorry, for your destruction is at hand. A sword is sent upon you, and who may turn it back?
Mm.
You know. So hey man, all these China's gonna get it too, man. You know, everyone's gonna get mixed up in this destruction, man.
Yeah.
They'll say 2nd Ezra the 16th chapter.
man.
You know.
And Asia applies to that whole region of the east, man.
Yeah.
So Russia itself will get caught up.
Yep.
You know,
Yeah, places are gonna get hit, but America
through.
through.
Keep going, Revelation, and then hold the last couple of verses of Isaiah 30 in the book shut.
I heard another voice from heaven saying, "Come out of her, my people, that ye be not partakers of her sins, and that ye receive not of her plagues."
Hey, speak on it.
Yeah, so let's talk about you Negroes, Hispanics, Native Americans, the elect of you, man. The Lord is commanding you to come out of the system, man. Come out of the ways of Esau, man. Come out of this world. Because the fashion of this world passeth away, man. So if you don't, you know, and you don't...
And going further, speaking about getting beamed up in the missiles, the chariots, man.
That's right, bro. And if you don't, you're going to get, you know, Judge River America, man. And then the wicked Edomites and the other nations that dwell there, man. You know, you're going to get consumed in this fire that we've been talking about throughout the lesson.
And that's why the scripture says in Micah, was
Yeah,
it 2 and 10?
2 and 10.
Arise ye and depart. You know, for this is not your rest, it shall destroy you.
Mm.
It's polluted, man. America is polluted.
It's bitter.
It says it was so
Yeah.
destructive.
Hey, a thing that's polluted is bitter.
Right.
You know.
That's right, man. And that ye be not partakers of her sins, and that ye receive not of her plagues. For her sins have reached unto heaven, and Yahweh have remembered her iniquities.
Look at this, and the amount of sins America's got, man.
Yeah.
So in one day, the Heavenly Father is going to make them atone for all their wickedness. In one day. 1 hour, sorry.
Alright, it says, let me grab this real quick, Baba Kusha. It says, Isaiah 47, I'm going to start, the problem is Isaiah, you always want to start from the top. I'll just jump to the point. Right, it says, if I'll read this verse 7 actually, right? It says, and thou sayest, I shall be a lady forever, so that thou didst not lay these things to thy heart, neither didst remember the latter end of it. Therefore hear now this, thou that art given to pleasure, that dwellest carelessly, that sayest in thy heart, I am, and none else beside me. That's that proud. I shall not sit as a widow, neither shall I know the loss of children. But these two things shall come to thee in a moment, and in one day the loss of children and widowhood. But they shall come upon thee in their perfection.
Perfection.
Yeah. For the multitude of thy sorceries, and for the great abundance of thine enchantments. Right, and we'll jump to verse 12. It says, stand now with thine enchantments, and with the multitude of thy sorceries. So that's all of that witchcraft, wherein thou hast labored from thy youth. Right, because you said they've got a lot of sins. Right, and that's saying from its foundation, from the inception of that dirty whore, right? Witchcraft, sins, this, that, and the other. It was founded on blood, right? It was made great on blood, made rich on blood, man. Right? Hey, what made people stop and look and be like, oh shit, don't fuck with America? When they dropped them bombs, man, killing hundreds of thousands of innocents, man. Right? And I'll just finish it up. It says, if so be thou shalt be able to profit, if so be thou mayest prevail. That's what we got on that.
But you ain't gonna profit or prevail, mate.
I got a quick precept.
Yet.
This is Jeremiah 51 and 29. And the land shall tremble and sorrow, for every purpose of the Lord Yahweh shall be performed against Babylon, to make the land of Babylon a desolation without inhabitant.
Oh my Lord.
So, every purpose. You know, you ain't gonna do nothing, man.
Without inhabitant.
That's right.
You know how precise that is. You ain't gonna have that one guy. You know, I'm left. Me, I made it. I made it on my own 2 feet.
Like the guy in Jumanji.
Yeah.
He's just there for 27 years and he's won.
Yeah. That. Never say die, you know?
Mm.
Nah, mate. You're gonna have that one guy, bro, in a hut somewhere in America.
I got another precept.
Go on.
It's just this is Isaiah 34:8. For it is the day of the Lord's vengeance and the year of recompenses for the controversy of Zion. And the streams thereof shall be turned into pitch, and the dust thereof into brimstone, and the land thereof shall become burning pitch. It shall not be quenched night nor day. The smoke thereof shall go up forever.
Bro.
And
Go ahead.
this is the point. From generation to generation it shall lie waste. None shall pass through it
Bro.
forever and ever.
The destruction is going to be immense, man. Remember,
Oh,
the scripture says it's going to extend forever, meaning a long time. So it's like even after the Twin Towers, man, right? That smoke was ascending for a while. Which even at home, man, you know you have even when you have a cookout, man, you know, even at home, you're at home when you have.
You've got to take the batteries out of the fire alarm.
Yeah.
The fire alarm goes off a bit of smoke.
Yeah.
You're at home when you have a cookout, man. You get the water, you pour in the coals, man. That smoke is good for a long while, man. I was for a whole country, bro. That's funny.
Well, America gonna get cooked there out, man. It's gonna be cooked out.
I got a preset.
Reset, man.
Jeremiah chapter 50, verse 22. A sound of battle is in the land, and of great destruction. How is the hammer of the whole earth cut asunder and broken? Right, and that proves that that's America. Because earlier the brother Shakar made an example about, America being has a very strong military. So that's basically talking about America, man, being the hammer of the whole earth.
Yeah.
Right, and it says, and that's another way you know that America is also Babylon the Great.
Yeah, because right now, Venezuela, Maduro's like, fuck. He knows what's about to happen. People have made references to what was at Vietnam. Right, and Vietnam would have been the same when they heard America. It would have been like, fuck. Right, that lamenting fuck. Why? Because America's that hammer. And let's be real.
Yeah.
As Elder Ricard from Markham was going into, look, man, hey, say what you want, right? Russia can talk this talk. China can talk this talk. But at the end of the day, can they really stand up to America if America wanted to go up in there, man? Because America's that big bad bully, it's that big hammer.
Yeah.
You know that hammer, I might have to bring up the big tools for this job. That's what America is. They just come and they just knock everything out the way.
And the hammer puts things into place.
Yeah.
That's what America, like you said, a bully.
Yeah.
That's what America does. It goes around the world putting things into
And
place.
it's spiritual, because that was going on in Rome, stamping for piece of, residue, because, it was putting everyone else under tribute and subjection. And that's that same spirit of America, bro. America's got a base everywhere, about a few countries.
Yeah.
Or he's got his fucking IMF as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, even if you go online and tap in the map of bases around Russia, it's like it's encircled it completely, bro. How is the whole hammer of the earth cut down, man?
Yeah, that deadly wound was healed, man.
Yeah.
It ain't nothing but Rome, the Roman Empire part 2.
Yeah.
Their pride bird is the eagle.
Yep.
They got it on the back of the dollar bill, man. They take pride in that.
They got the Senate.
They got the Senate,
Yep. Yeah.
So that's how we know, man. This is nothing but, Rome. Rome fell, but it was healed, and now it's back again. But it's gonna fall completely this time.
Yep.
And let me just read on. It says, "And how is the hammer of the whole earth cut asunder and broken? How is Babylon become a desolation among the nations? I have met," and we was talking about the bully, America being the bully.
The big nigga, bro.
America has basically ruled the nations in wrath. With wrath. Through the blessing of the sword.
Yep.
The so-called white man's blessing is the sword, and that's how he's kept everyone, like you said about the hammer, keeping it, knocking everyone in place.
Yeah.
And it says,
Shit, that's a good point though. Keep everyone in place. You might have a nail that coming out of place again, bam,
Or even like if you got like an uprising, because we watched
Yeah.
a video earlier. Let's say like Russia try and do an uprising.
Yeah.
You gotta do something against that, right? So you gotta keep things in place.
Yeah.
America wants to be the superpower. He wants to be the hammer of the earth, right?
And the proportion of a force of a hammer to a small nail isn't proportionate, bro. Like if a big or jumbo hammer hitting on a small nail,
You got no chance.
you ain't got no chance. No, man.
Well, that nail is Venezuela, right?
That nail was Venezuela. That nail was Iraq, man. That nail was Afghanistan.
All the nations.
All the nations, bro.
Fuck it.
Like Panama. Look, bro. Can I have Mac and now? No.
Yeah, where's Mike now?
Mac and out. So, right. Fuck it. I'm gonna melt you guys with some lasers. How proportionate is that?
Yeah, okay, you can have the canal.
Now, but can we have our land? No. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah, they can. What do you want, man?
America ain't nothing but bully, man. Hey, but like WW3 and 9 says, man, or on down. You know, let the weak say I'm strong.
Yeah, cause now they're like, nah, I ain't scared of you.
Now no one, they're not just nails anymore.
Yeah.
Now they can push back.
Yeah.
You know, because they got the big guns now too.
Yeah.
You know, and another way of America doing them shakedowns or extortions.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Pockets.
Yeah.
You know, that's them sanctions, man.
Yeah. I was just gonna
Fucking-
mention that
Yeah.
because what Venezuela tried to take their gold back from the Bank of England.
Well,
But
yeah.
but it wasn't the Bank of England's decision like that. The Federal Reserve put pressure on the Bank of England because they work in unison. You see.
Yeah, these have one mind.
Yeah. You know that there's countries around the world, right? If their banking system is not like comparative to the Bank of England or the Federal Reserve,
Yeah.
they're deemed as high risk countries,
Yeah,
even if they're
yeah.
not on the sanction list.
Yeah.
Now it's difficult to get money in and money out. They're going to question everything.
Yeah, Swift, the Fed was like, the U.S. government was like to the guys that own, so what, you and they still have Iran in the system, yeah? The guy was like, yeah, we want to do it. And he's like, you sure about that? You know, the ones you get a guy, he wasn't sure, and then you sure about that? It's tense in it. And then guess what? Swift was like, yo, Iran, I'm sorry, but, you know, and they cut down the deal.
But the thing is, when you go into a bank, you try and when you go into a bank, you try and send an international thing to Iran.
Yeah.
The first thing that's going to happen is through the system, it's going to clock up.
Yeah.
And then there's going to be a department somewhere or some guy sitting down. Big warning, you know,
Yeah.
if trying to send money to Iran,
Yeah.
you're going to check everything. You know, it's near impossible, man, because America, you know.
Verse 24, I have laid a snare for thee, and thou art also taken. O Babylon, it says, and thou was not aware, thou art found, and also caught, because thou hast striven against the Lord. The Lord have opened his armory.
Striven
Against the Lord.
Yeah.
Them sins, man.
Yeah.
You know?
As we go into every now and then, these devils ask why America has to be destroyed,
Now
man.
you touch the Lord's people and more.
Striven against the Lord, man.
I got a quick one.
Just a bit more. Verse 25, the Lord have opened his armory, and have brought forth the weapons, pertaining to Joel, the 2nd chapter, the weapons of his indignation, for this is the work of the Lord, power of hosts, in the land of the Chaldeans.
It's America now.
Come up against her from the utmost border, open her storehouses, cast her up as heaps, and destroy her utterly. Let nothing of her be left. And that's it, man. America's gonna be stripped down. You know, that virgin daughter of Babylon, that top's gonna get ripped off. You know, she's
America's gonna get raped, man.
she's basically being laid bare right now.
Oh, I've got precepts.
You know.
This is Jeremiah 50 and 10. And Chaldea shall be a spoil. All that spoiler shall be satisfied, saith the Lord.
So you know, so these other nations gonna bust that nut, man.
Yeah.
You know, up in his hole. You know, when America destroyed, when America destroyed, they're gonna be satisfied, man.
That's right.
Oh, you know.
Yeah, Joe.
No, I still put it in the school.
I got Isaiah 13.
Yeah.
Back in Isaiah 13 and 17.
Because really, because all of this is gonna come to one eventual end, of, which is this. Go ahead up.
Isaiah 13 and 17. Behold, I will stir up the Medes against them,
Mhm.
which shall not regard silver, and as for gold, they shall not delight in it.
Mhm.
Their bows shall dash, their bows,
Bows.
arrows,
Shutting it into the world.
shall dash the young men to pieces.
Oh, they come from a far country.
Mhm,
That's what it says a bit earlier.
mhm. They shall have no pity upon the fruit of the womb. Their eyes shall not spare children.
Mm.
And that pertains to what you read in Isaiah 47, the loss of children.
Yeah.
You know, in such a short space of time, it's only going to take an hour for America to be completely destroyed. And we can't fucking wait, man. And it says, and Babylon, the glory of kingdoms, the beauty of the Chaldees' excellency, shall be as when the Most High Yahweh overthrew Sodom and Gomorrah. It shall never be inhabited, neither shall it be dwelt in from generation to generation. Neither shall the Arabian pitch tent there, neither shall the shepherds make their fold there, but wild beasts of the desert shall lie there.
Lie there.
And their houses shall be full of doleful creatures, and owls shall dwell there, and satyrs shall dance there. And the wild beasts of the islands shall cry in their desolate houses, and dragons in their pleasant places. And her time is near to come, and her days shall not be prolonged.
And it's spiritual high, it's called a her. It's
Mhm.
called a her. The woman.
That's right.
You know, the great city.
Which lines up with the vision that John the Revelator saw.
That's how you know the
Woman.
woman was one.
That's right.
You know?
That's right.
That's how you know, man. So really, that's the point. There's many precepts on the destruction of America. We didn't even finish Revelation 18.
Mm.
We didn't even bring out Ezekiel 38. As you know, there's many precepts, man. But hey, man, with that we're gonna say, all praise be
To
to
Yahweh, Hashem, Yahushai,
Hashem Kakadash.
Double on his apostles and now it's a great most
Double on.
that we're gonna say.
Shalom.
Shalom.